how does addiction begin in the life of a teenager? We've all heard since we were little kids, the just say no motto. And saying no is very important. But I think it takes a look into the progression of addiction and how it can happen to find out how to make sure you stop at appropriate levels and stop and don't get near an environment or behaviors that could lead you down a pathway. So instead of just saying no, I want to walk you guys really quickly through what are those stages and how to get out in each stage. So the first stage that we're going to talk about today is experimentation. The other stages include misuse, abuse, and then addiction. So for experimentation, we need to recognize that this is the first step. It's the gateway. It's how you get started. And experimentation almost always comes as an invitation first. So someone that you know says, "Hey, why don't you try it?" Sometimes you're in an environment that often leads to those kinds of invitations, and sometimes you're just minding your business and the invitation comes to you when you didn't want it. And that's the point of choice. That's the point of decision of yes or no. Do I try or do I not? And for those who try, your reasoning generally is there's excitement, right? Like it's something new. You don't know what's going to happen. There's almost novelty at the thought of it. And teenagers have been known from time to time to get a thrill out of breaking the rules. And so, drugs, alcohol, substance abuse, these are all ways to break the rules. I don't condone it in any way. I know that teenagers often will try something very small because there is that thrill. There's like the emotional high um, that is paired with a substance high. Now, a lot of times it's going to be something very small since it is your first time. And there's the thought of, oh, it doesn't matter because, well, it's just a wine cooler or it's just this or it's just that. We're not going to talk about all the ways that you could get in deep. But it looks like it'll be fine. And the truth is, a lot of times you are going to get that thrill at first without any major consequence. Now, true, for some of you, if your mama finds out, you're dead meat. Like, that's all there is to it. But a lot of times you think, oh, well, it's fine because nothing major happened. Look, the world didn't come crashing down. I didn't end up in a drug treatment facility program somewhere just from trying X, Y, and Z. And I just want to caution you to believe that for too long because, yeah, maybe this time you didn't, but what about next? I think it's really important to realize you've gotten onto a train. Do you know where it's going? I'm not saying that you're going to be shaking in a corner because you've tried something. Within hours, you could. I mean, you don't know what's in some of this stuff. You've got to be very careful. But if there was no major consequence for trying something the first time, that doesn't mean that that consequence isn't going to come. So I just want you to be careful. I want you to really think that through. Number one, it's illegal, so don't. It's a bad idea. But if you are going along with that train ride that says, oh, it'll be fine, nothing happened to you, everything's going to be great, it may not be telling you the whole story. So I just want to make sure that you know that. And don't feel ashamed if you need to tell somebody what happened and get help now. Doesn't mean you're going to be taken into a drug facility treatment plan program thing. It just means you probably need to fess up and make it right again. I highly recommend you to watch the video Guilt versus Shame, and don't let shame hold you back from just making it right because you are going to feel better again if you can make it right. So yeah, I hope that helps explain the first phase. There's 3 more phases, so stick around if you want to learn more.